Guys, welcome back to Traderscale Success Stories. This is where we interview real traders who have made it to the big leagues and become successful. We're talking about habits, mindset shifts, routines that help them grow and become successful and become the traders that they are today. So tune in if this is the one for you. Maybe you can learn something. So today we've got Richard Allen on the show, someone who's learned to master the game of trading. So welcome, Richard.
Hi, you okay?
Yeah, how are you feeling today, man?
I'm all right, thank you.
Good, good, good. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from and how old are you?
I'm from Doncaster, a place, England. 48 now, 48 years old.
Okay, 48 years young. There you go. How's
Yeah,
that?
young, better than old, yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant. How much have you been paid out with Traderscale total?
In total, I've had three payouts. I've had two pretty recently, and I had one towards the back end of last year. I think my payouts will be, God, you've got me now, about 17,000.
17,000. That is
About
absolutely
11
sensational.
recently and 6,000 back end of last year. Yeah.
Brilliant. That's absolutely sensational work, mate. Well done. I'm just gonna pick something here. I seen on your I seen on your emails like golf. So you're like a golf player or something?
No, well, yes and no. That's my job. I'm a golf coach.
Oh, are you? Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
So
That's wicked. Do you think that like sport like plays a helpful part in trading?
it does once you learn to use the psychology, yeah, behind sport. Yeah, yeah. It's funny trading into it. You don't. It's just difficult to begin with. You don't apply mindset. You just. But once you, yeah, if you look at everything else, especially golf, your mindset, your discipline, and
Yeah,
yeah, you practice in a way because I mean you've got to practice trading, haven't you? So
yeah.
yeah,
What?
it's similar mindset. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so I was just thinking in my head then, just as I was coming to the studio, and I was like, this guy's a golfer, and my dad plays golf, and
yeah,
he's a pretty good standard, it, it's like I used to play tennis, and when you're on a team of football, you can kind of if something doesn't go right, you can kind of blame someone else, but
yeah, yeah. There's
when you're playing like a sport where it's you're like you've only got yourself to blame. I used to get really wound up, man. But if you can kind of like keep a level head, like like
yeah.
say for example Roger Federer, it benefits you massively, I think, right? So
It does, yeah.
I was just curious as to like, do you think the mental game with yourself,
Well,
what's
on a golf shot, there's only one person hits a poor golf shot, and there's only one person places a poor trade, isn't there? And that's
yeah,
you,
yeah.
me,
Yeah,
or
it's.
the
I was thinking in my
person.
head, I was like,
So
that's kind of similar. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I was
yeah.
wondering, like, with all the similarities, and do you think that actually helps you?
It does now. I don't think it did. Now that I've pieced it all together, and I mean to begin with, I was your typical. I'm going to be driving around in an Audi RS6 in 2 months' time type thing, and and
I think everyone is like that.
once you've
I
got
don't
your head
think
around
I
that's
don't
not the
thi-
reality of
I,
it, then
I
yeah,
don't think there's one person that hasn't thought that. Like
no,
that I've interviewed or talked to about trading. You all start off, you go, right, well, I'm going to be rich in 2 months, right? Or a week. Some people are very like, yeah, I'm going to be rich by next Friday.
yeah.
This is not the case, right? But once you learn that, once you get your head around that, it's kind of,
Yeah, once you get your head around that, it's a slow process. You've got to learn. You've
yeah,
got to pay to learn in a way. You've got to get it wrong.
yeah,
It's got to cost
yeah,
you a few quid along the way almost to
yeah.
get to where you
Yeah,
can
it's like a
be. Yeah,
little bit of trial by fire in it, you know what I mean?
yeah.
You just got to once you get through that shit though, that's the storm of shit and the going around in circles. Bleep that out, guys. I didn't swear then.
No, you're fine.
I'm talking to my editors. So basically, yeah, once you get through that storm of crap or whatever, it's actually okay. But you got to educate yourself, like I said. So let's talk about your trading career is not like most careers. There's a big part of risk in it. When did you first realize how important risk
Um,
management was?
Fairly early, if I'm honest. I knew how important it was, but didn't necessarily stick to it. So that's the
Yeah.
difference. You can. I'm without. I'm relatively clued up with life. I've seen plenty of stuff, and yeah, I realised quite early that it was one of the biggest factors. But
Yeah.
actually sticking to it is a completely different matter altogether, isn't it?
Yeah,
But
so it's like
yeah,
risk management without discipline is nothing. Discipline
yeah.
without risk management is nothing. They go
The
hand in
discipline
hand.
is
Yeah.
it's easy to understand risk management. You risk 1% of trade and your stop loss is what it needs to be. But
Yeah.
actually being disciplined about, following your plan, that's the hardest bit for
It's
me.
so
All
hard. I think that
yeah,
like people see the mindset and stuff. I'm like actually sticking to your guns when you're even on a losing streak and not going
yeah,
like, right, I'm going to change something is so hard. And I think so
yeah,
underrated as in like how
yeah.
hard it is. I'm like it's actually so tough. So if you can come through on the other side of that, guys, like I think this is a great point Richard's making here. Like discipline is absolutely key. And risk management is also key, but if you stick to that,
Discipline and don't look at MT5 when your trade's playing. So you're not watching the money. Look at the
oh
chart.
God, that's a
Look at the
dangerous
percentage and
thing
not
to
the
do. I
money.
think for me, it's like you watch the 5 minute chart, you see it going up, and then you're like, whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah,
let's calm because you see it, whoa, whoa, and then you start panicking, and then maybe I'll get out of that one. If you stop doing that, you're already 60% of the way there.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. I would agree with that. Yep.
so have you always been a big risk taker in life? I
Not
have.
really. No, no, not no. But I don't think trading is necessarily about taking big risk. It's disciplined risk, isn't it? It's yeah. There's a risk factor. There's not a massive risk factor because, well, as it stands at the minute, I'm using other people's funds to make money. So there's
Yeah.
not that. Yeah. The risk is not massive, is it? But
No, no.
um, yeah,
I
I
guess
don't.
if you
Yeah.
had like $100,000 of your own money in a broker account, that's kind of risky, right? You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, that's
Oh, I think it'd be a complete. It would be a mindset game changer using your own money.
100%. Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to do that. Let's see.
Just like I think
Yeah.
it'd be a mindset game changer if you. I'm fortunate that the job that I do, I'm self-employed, so I can manage my own time, and also
Oh, that's nice.
I've got no desire to do trading as my full time.
Really? So
In,
you're quite happy just doing it on the side for a bit of,
oh yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I've got no desire to
that's
to
cool.
pack in golf coaching, so
Yeah.
that makes trading easier in a
Do
way
you
because.
do you like golf coaching then?
Oh yeah, I love golf coaching. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
sick. That's
I don't
great.
play a
That's
lot
great.
these days, but yeah,
No, yeah. That's sick. That's sick. Nice. That's nice to hear someone actually enjoys their job because most people don't really like their jobs today, let's be honest. And so it's nice
I
to
get
hear.
the fact that being able to, if you can work an hour a day trading and
Yeah.
make a couple of grand or whatever,
Yeah.
but yeah, I do enjoy my job. So
Ah,
yeah,
brilliant.
I won't pack that in.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I like that. That's cool. So, do you think your approach to risk has changed over time? And did you ever feel maybe uncomfortable with losing money initially?
It's hard to explain with trading. It's sometimes you get up in the morning and feel disappointed in yourself for what you did on the previous day,
Yeah, I
if
got
that
you.
makes sense.
Yeah, I
You're
got
like
you.
sort of, yeah, why on earth? Now I find I'm just trying to have one trade running, and if that loses, then that's it. Just go back to
Straight
coaching
off.
people golf and
Go
have a
and
look
teach some
again in the
golf, and then
morning. But
go again the next day. Yeah,
yeah, I
repeat.
think it's a
It's I
disappointment in
think
yourself that you just think, and sometimes you don't understand why you've done it. You can't. It's just you've
oh
done it, and
mate.
it's like your mind's gone.
I know that one, man, where I'm like, why did I even do that? That wasn't even my
Yeah,
setup. Why did I do
and
that?
it,
Like,
and
yeah,
then
it's just
there's
like,
no, you can't work it out. There's no rhyme or
yeah,
reason to why you did it. Yeah,
it's just your head, isn't it? It's your
yeah,
head's gone. So,
yeah,
so let's talk about structure, and a little bit about your strategy and stuff like that. Because you're
yeah.
one of our most successful traders, $17,000 in payouts. That's absolutely incredible. So that would put
I
you,
don't know. There's someone out there called Marcus who's just done 69,000 quid.
yeah, and he's did 70, yeah, nearly 70 grand, and he won't do an interview. like,
Really?
if I did made 70 grand, right, with a prop firm, I would shout it from Mount Everest. I would be like, look at me. That's what, but personally, that's what I would do. But he's like, no, I don't want to do an
Yeah.
interview. Don't feel like it. I'm like, all right,
69. Well, he's done more than that, hasn't he?
yeah.
That's his split.
He's done 136 grand with us. 136 grand over total over like a year and a half or 2 years. And he won't come and do an interview. We're like, dude, please just come and please say something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's all good anyway. So, so let's talk about structure. You've got your daily routine. You do a bit of golfing. You can kind of take out. I'm guessing you can kind of take hours here and there. You don't have a set time. Are you pretty strict with your trading hours as well, or do you?
I'm not, well, not strict. No, all I do now is I started off like everybody. I've studied every different strategy there is out there. Started off with lower time frame SMC and stuff like that, order
Yeah,
blocks and
I don't
things.
like that,
And
man.
no,
SMC.
no, it's not that. I did it for a while actually, but I just realised it doesn't suit my mentality. And
Yeah,
now I just do the fib on the 0.5, 0.62 and just look for retracement. And so I can get up in the morning, look at my computer, look at the charts. If there's anything that's worth setting there, you can set it, or you just set an alert and then look on
yeah,
your phone. And if it
yeah.
comes in, if it gives you entry, set it, and then that's pretty much.
Set and forget. I like that. So yeah, that's basically a quite a common occurring theme, guys. I don't know if you've been watching these, but if you have people that have been on here that are successful, they've all got the same. They all say the same things. They're like, well, I just do one trade a day. I risk 1% or whatever it is, and they all say like they leave it and then they put an alert on and leave it and then put their phone off. So this is some great advice here from Richard, guys. If you're tuning in, so what about let's talk about journaling and tracking your trades. Do you do anything like that? Or
I've never done that, if I'm honest. I've
I've never
just
done that
not.
either.
I've never. I'm just not a pen to paper person. I'm just not interested
Yeah.
in
Okay, that's
journaling.
fair enough.
I'm not. I'm not really interested in what's happened in the past. It's not for me. I'm not saying, but it's not that relevant for myself. To be honest, it doesn't. Don't really matter if a strategy works. It works, doesn't it? It don't matter what it's done 2 years ago.
100%, mate. I completely agree with that. Some people like journaling trades, some people don't. So but it's just not a
It's just
personal thing
about
for me.
person to person what you
I do a
prefer
bit
to
of back
do.
testing. I definitely agree with that. Just to make sure something works. But when you know something works from a back test, you can just crack on, can't you? Really, it's just
Yeah.
all about your mind then, really, and discipline. So how I wouldn't say my next question is kind of how important is having a routine for you, but you can't your routine's kind of like chilled, right? So. Uh,
Um, Routines. Yeah, I mean, I'm married, 2 kids, 2 girls.
yeah.
There is no route. Yeah, there is a routine, but that routine can just be out the window in
Yeah,
30 minutes. So
yeah,
you
yeah,
just have to learn to go with what you can do, really.
yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
I totally agree. So let's talk about discipline over emotion. How do you keep your emotions in check when you're trading?
Do my absolute best not to look at the platform. I mean,
Okay.
MT5 for me, but it might be C Trader or something else for somebody else. But MT, just try not to look at it, because if you see, well, as you know, my account's a 200K account, so you can quite easily see 2, 3, 4,000 blue, in the blue on that, and then you're like, wow, yeah,
Yeah,
close,
yeah,
close.
yeah, yeah.
And
Like self.
in reality, you know that it's probably got a bit left in it, but as soon
Mm.
as you see a few £1,000 in the blue, your head will tell you to press close.
Absolutely brilliant stuff. I actually love that one because one of the first times I traded a 100K account with my Forex funds years ago, I remember thinking it was like 3,000 in the blue, and I remember closing it, and then I closed it halfway up, and it flew up after,
Yeah.
and I was like, why the fuck did I do that? You know what I mean? So, what do you think helps you stay more disciplined recently? Because you've been banging it recently. So, what do you think recently has helped you?
Just the evolution of it. I think you just, from what I've seen from various things that, groups that you've looked at and stuff like that, I think if you stick with it, there's too many people just stop, isn't they?
They
Whatever,
do. They do.
stop, have to stick with it, and eventually
It'll come.
it'll happen. Yeah, you think
Yeah, it's like the same with anything, man. You can't just
a
expect to be
trade
a pro
now
golfer after
definitely
one lesson,
definitely
can you?
does it.
It's like anything. You can't expect to be a pro golfer after what 2 3 weeks of lessons, can you? So,
No, no. The
you know what I
strategy
mean?
now that I do definitely is the one. It's slower.
Yeah,
It gives trade time to settle.
it's
Most of
more
my
of a. Is it more
trades,
of a swing? It's like sort of like hold for a couple of days,
I
like
don't really hold trades. I might hold one overnight, but
okay,
I'm only ever really looking for. Well, if I'm honest, I've got the 200K one step. I'm thinking about getting a two step in the near future, but so you've got the consistency rule to consider with
yeah,
obviously on the one step. So, I mean, if you let a trade go run and it'd be great if you let a trade go to 10,000, but then suddenly you've got to do
A couple,
25.
a couple.
So
Yeah.
I'm only ever really looking at a couple of RR, to be honest. So
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. So you're thinking about maybe changing over to two steps so you can let your trades run because obviously the consistency rule you have to hit it quite like
I think
firmly.
the
But
consistency rule is good, if I'm honest. Yeah, because
yeah,
it in a way it does keep you. It does help you discipline because you don't need to let a trade keep going and going and going and think more, more, more.
yeah.
It actually makes it harder to get a payout if the more you let it go, really.
Yeah, so I think the maybe the consistency rule. I always say that it trains you to be kind of a better trader. So I think that it helps with maybe greed as well. It just says, right, chop it off here, next one, chop it off here, next one.
Yeah, yeah. Just let it go to 2 RR.
Yeah,
I do 0.5% risk,
that's fine.
and
That's exactly what I do. 1 to 2.0.5% risk, guys. Honestly, I actually think that this is the perfect. If you want to do a 1 to 2 RR, you're not comfortable going on like 3 or 4 loss streaks. 1 to 2 RR, like risk 0.5%. Can't go wrong with that. I would just say that. Richard said it as well, so it's not just me just saying it. Okay, so what do you think is hardest to manage out of fear, greed, and frustration?
well, they're all yeah. You've gone through them all in a way. You've got the fear of not FOMO they call it, don't they? Fear of
Yeah,
missing out. And then
yeah,
you've got the fear of it's going back down to stop or break even.
mm,
They're all as bad as each other along the process, I would
yeah,
say. At some point, I think you
yeah.
person per person will experience them a different way. But the one for me, I would say, what were they? Fear,
Fear, greed, and frustration.
greed to begin with,
Yeah,
fear second,
yeah.
and that frustration of knowing you know what you're doing, and then
You've
just
you've
doing something
you've done
ridiculous.
you've done
Yeah.
something completely the opposite
So
of
I
your
would say in that
strategy.
order, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
For
Cool.
my journey, anyway, yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I love that. So let's just talk a little bit about your strategy now before we close it up. So what do you actually do? Like what do you trade? And what do you think that it's? What did you start trading and what have you developed to? Like tell me a bit about what you do.
My strategy now is just purely the fib point.
Yeah.
Well, the fib and psychological levels and previous structure. I just look for something that's hitting point 0.5. You know, the
Nice
point
and
0.5
simple. Nice and
zone, and
simple. Actually, I think the fib is really underrated. It always bounces off those levels, So, do you look on higher time frames or are you more of a, sort of 15, 30 minute trader?
no, I can look at anything from. I'll look at the daily to try and get a daily confluent,
Yeah.
direction,
Yep.
and then I'll look for anything 4 and 2 hour generally. I would say
Four
to
and
look
four and two
on the
hour.
fib, and then
Okay.
look for the entry on the 30 minute or the 1 hour. Just yeah,
Nice. That's pretty much what I do. I go weekly, daily, 4 hour, then look for my entry on the
and then
1 or 30.
look just if I get a hammer candle or an engulfing candle on the 1 hour 30 minute, then
Yep,
go
you're
for it.
in.
Yeah,
Job done.
yeah.
Well, nice and simple. I like that. And I think sometimes people overcomplicate things in trading. And you seem to keep it nice and simple and proves that with that it works because you're one of our most successful traders. You're probably in our top 15, I'd say, highest paid.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you're probably up there, bro. So well done for that. And we're
I'll see if
obviously
I can get to number one.
yeah, come
See if
on.
I can tackle
That's the
Marcus.
motivation you need. I like that. Like I want to get up there. I want to get that leaderboard. So we're super happy to facilitate your, this for Traderscale and super happy to have guys like you on, especially like as well that when everyone's trading and everyone thinks it's just 18 to 25-year-olds trading. It's not at all. I've had a
No,
lot of people
no.
over the age of 30 on you. You know what I mean? And it's nice to see that because it's for everyone really. As long as you've still got a little brain up there somewhere, you know what I mean? It's not that difficult. It's hard to, but if you educate yourself and you do all the
Learning
right
to
things,
trade is relatively, I'm not going to say simple, but
yeah,
the easiest part is learning
yeah,
to trade. The
yeah,
hardest part is learning to execute trades. That's
yeah.
definitely, yeah,
That's nice. I like that one. I like that
yeah.
one. So let's talk about Traderscale. So how you finding Traderscale? Like the platform dashboard, do you find everything sweet?
Uh, every, to be fair, I've never had any complaints with Traderscale. It's like anything when You can edit this out if you want, but if you keep it in if you want. But you wrote when you start. I think you started about 2 years ago, didn't you? Now
Yeah,
are you nearly
2 years ago. Yeah.
I bought an account to begin with, and you think, well, I wonder if they're going to be around for much longer because there's a lot of dodgy firms out there, isn't there? But
Yeah,
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 you've proved yourselves to.
yeah.
Well, I hope you're going to be in it for the long haul
Oh,
because I've had.
we're sponsored by Sunderland, bro. So we ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, no,
Partners of
I've no
Sunderland, yeah.
problems. You good rules. You
Yeah.
just never had an issue. I've never had a payout refused. I like to make a shout out to. I hope I'm saying it right. Gerald in customer.
Could be. I don't actually know. It is one of the sport team. I'm not that close with the sport team. I know three or four
Yeah,
of them, but I think there's about 12
he's
of them.
unbelievable. You
Yeah.
can send a message in and he'll get it. Well, he's always seems to be the person that gets back to me, and it's
Is it?
always
Okay,
within
I'll send that into the group.
30 minutes
Unbelievable.
and
Yeah.
instantly. Yeah,
Brilliant. I love that.
yeah,
We've got, I think we've got like we've got a good structure. We've got a good sports support team. We're fairly priced. And like we work well as a team. So, like I said, we go to all the expos and keep updated with things. And,
yeah.
like we're always trying to grow, trying to move things. So yeah, it's nice. And when you see like, people like yourselves being successful, this is brilliant for me. I love it. So,
Yeah.
that's awesome. So let's talk about some advice now for some people trying to be like yourself who have like struggled and then got there right at the end and just started smashing it. What do you think is something beginners overlook?
Beginners overlook um, overlook quite a lot of things to begin with, don't you?
Yeah, yeah,
I think you lose a sense of reality almost
right.
to begin with. You over yeah, you forget that you have to treat it as a job, don't you? That's the
Yeah,
thing. They,
of
they
course
just
you
think
do.
they can go in and they overlook the fact that the only way that you can really be successful at it is learn. Yeah, learn.
Yeah,
That's it.
educate
You
yourself.
go in, and I was exactly the same.
Yeah,
That you look at signals, you look at Instagram, you look at people smoking big cigars and driving
yeah.
Lambo, think, and you forget to learn.
Yeah, no,
That's it.
exactly. You're like, oh, I'll have a bit of that. That's going to
Yeah.
be easy, and it's not. Yeah, so yeah, that's just staying grounded, I guess. Then, yeah. So, what about would you say what was one mistake that cost you like a lot of money and time?
That's a good question, really. There's probably a few things. Chasing the dream is the biggest one.
Yeah,
Yeah, chasing the money.
not
That
treating it
that
correctly. Yeah.
yeah, that probably, and I'm sure it's the same for most people. I don't know, but that probably held me back by 12 months, I would say.
I think so. Same with me. I think I was going around in circles for a year and a half doing signals and doing all this and that. And I was like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not learning anything here. So that's a great one. So you obviously educate yourself and got really stuck into it. And now you're reaping the benefits, which is great to see. So what do
Yeah,
you think is, one last question here now. Do you have any systems or habits that you think help you as a trader?
habits. Yeah, I think as much as I said earlier that life can be a bit hectic at times, I think a routine of when you find what works for you when you're looking at the charts. I never place a trade past, well, I say never, that's probably a bit of a lie, but
Yeah.
very rarely past 4 o'clock in the afternoon because
Okay.
it just,
Yeah.
and just looking at, I think the best habit that I've got is I get up now, as bad as I don't want to get up, I get up 5:30, have a coffee, look at the charts,
Oh,
and
that's
then
nice. So you're kind of excited, aren't you, with trading? It's like, oh,
yeah,
like
you want to get
you
up and
wake
have a
up, you're
look.
like, oh,
And
I'll have a coffee now, and it's like a little game, isn't it? So you just,
the other habit I would say is, and it's not really a habit, but it kind of is a habit. If you make it a habit, it will help you. Look at the charts, and if you don't see anything, just close it.
see you later.
Yeah,
Job done.
come
Yeah,
back.
I
You can
totally
maybe
agree with that.
have another look at the New York Open or something like that. So I look at London Open-ish, 7 o'clock-ish, and then if nothing's there, I might have another look at one stroke two. And,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that's bang on, man. I think that's
Yeah.
that's absolutely key there, guys. If it's not there, Richard just said, close your computer, see you later.
I think
Don't,
that's
don't.
whether you class that as a habit.
I
I
think it
suppose
is.
it
I
is a
think it
habit.
is. I think it is. Yeah.
In the first 12, in the first 2 years, I looked at the charts constantly,
Yeah.
which I suppose, Is that a bad thing? I don't know because you learn, but
Yeah, it can be a bad thing because you're always forcing things. Then you're like, oh, what about
yeah,
this here that I've never tried before that I don't know how it
yeah,
moves? You know what I mean? Like, I'll just try
yeah,
and force a little trade out here, and then it ends up
yeah.
losing. You're like, why the hell did I do that? So yeah, that's absolutely brilliant, mate. Honestly, and like, thank you for coming on. And there's some great advice there, guys, from Richard, and he's one of our best traders. So we're absolutely buzzing for him here. $17,000, guys. Richard Allen. So, thank you for coming on with us again. And it's been a pleasure to have you. And we wish
No
you
problem. Yeah,
continued success in the future. And hopefully, in like a month or two, we can get you back on or something, and you get a couple more payouts. And yeah, just continue to inspire people. So awesome.
no
So
problem. Yeah,
guys, if this interview resonates with you, if you thought you liked this, anything Richard said, or it helped you in any way, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and yeah, drop a comment if you found anything like interesting or you want me to ask a question. I will ask it to the next trader. So just drop a comment. Trader Skill out. Thank you very much. See you.